Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, as you can see, our guild has actually defeated the Solise boss. I just wanted to go through a bit of the strategy behind it because, yes, once you get to Earl, you can get to the next stage, but it might be worth it to wait and get some legendary relics before you go dumping some energy into the Solise. So we'll go through that, go through a bit more about the progression, people that might be stuck, and all that sort of stuff, so let's get into it. Okay, so if we look at the map, as you can see, they've busted through. I'm not going to say we, I'm going to say they. I only did like one attack on a mini boss because honestly, the guild Cloud, they're absolutely amazing. To Sir Charles and Shazam, been giving me a lot of info, a lot of help, so really do appreciate it. But these guys have just destroyed it. So we've got through two of them, but I just wanted to go through and touch on the strategy that we used. And obviously I'm the lagging player, so I'm letting the team down, but this is the strategy they use, which I'm tipping these guys being so advanced in the game, maybe some people might be still stuck before. I know my other guild were not up to beating the Solise yet, so hopefully this will help out. So basically, to get into this next stage here, into the Scarred Ruins, you have to be Earl, which is this title here that we've got. However, the strategy that we were using was don't start attacking the Solise as soon as you reach Earl, because you're still going to be fairly weak, because you can reach you can basically be Earl and have no legendary relics equipped, whereas if you wait and don't start attacking her, having said that, you can attack the mini bosses under it. They're not as bad, so you can attack them in that range, but besides that, you want to wait until you get maybe 2 to 3 of these legendary. As you can see, I'm well behind the team. A couple of these legendary relics that are going to really boost your team and give you a lot better damage output on the Solise boss. And basically it's going to mean that you save more stamina in attacking the Solise boss, which is going to give you more stamina to go ahead and push up to the next stage of the expedition, and then you're going to have more stamina to use again on the next boss. So it's all about stalling for short-term. It's a short-term stall for a long-term benefit, in that you're basically just getting more damage on each attack. I'm going to quickly jump in and grab some images of some teams that were used by our guild mates and guys on the test server and stuff, just to give you an example of some teams you might want to use against the Solise. And just quickly before we get into it, because to get to Earl, you are going to need a level 5 tier 5 settlement. So if you're struggling to get that tier 5, I feel like most people have a team that can, once you get to full purple relics, remember you might have to get all those elite relics before you can actually do your tier 5. I know I had 5 elite relics before I could do a tier 5 by myself, but if you need to, just try and communicate with your team and say, listen, I need help. Surely I'm hoping that someone in your team, obviously some groups have bad communication, but hopefully someone can weaken one, do the first battle on a tier 5, because the tier 5s, if we find one here, there should be some around here. So if we look at them, they have the 2 battles. So hopefully there's someone that can go ahead and defeat the first enemy for you, and then you can use your best team on the second enemy. Hopefully that's what can happen. I got mine by myself, but it was a real struggle. I attempted about 3 or 4 different ones before I actually got one that I could do by myself. Just look at the lineups and see how you go. But for the Solise, here, I'm going to throw up some images now of those teams. So here's one. This was actually using the Rowan support. Obviously this was going to be having the celerity tree upgraded, so the ranger tree, so that's why it's all the rangers. You've got the 2 maulers in the I feel like Drez would be good for this too if we had him, but you've got the Titus, name left me for a sec, Titus Verk, and then Thane, because he's got some survivability. Cecilia is a really important one for this. Just the attack decrease is so handy, so Cecilia is a great one for this. And obviously this one just had that Rowan in the back. The potions are still the potions. That's a good thing about a Rowan. Even if you haven't built up the support tree, the potions are still going to heal, still going to give the energy, and if he gets through to putting a second round of them out, then it's all the better. But that's one team that we'll look at that got some pretty solid damage. Another team is going to be this one here, where you're basically just going all in on the celerity or the ranger tree of light bearers. So you get the 5-piece light bearer bonus, really nice for bosses. You've got the Thane, you've got the Oscar. Gwyneth is just an absolute beast for this type of stuff, and then you've just got the fox, the Forks, and once again that's Cecilia, very, very important hero. And then this one here, once again, that's Cecilia, very similar team, except you have got the Iron and the Leica in there. Leica's also quite nice for this because the battles don't last too long, so getting that defense break on from the very start can be really nice as well. As you can see, that one did 80 mil, and we don't know exactly where the relics are at for these, but that was an 80 mil, 64 and 91 mil. But obviously those maulers going to deal some solid damage, even though once again everything's not that well ascended over here, but the faction advantage is going to help out against that. But those are just some example teams. All of those are using the Ranger tree because that's the one that most people are going to be going with. If you did use Mage or Warrior as your main one, just use your best heroes from those trees and just stack them all up, and that's the go. Once again, the Ranger with that Cecilia is definitely just such a good one to go for bosses. And even if you've gone another tree up till now, I'd consider pivoting because you do start hitting requirements where you got to get all the trees. Do I hit reach level 3 with all core relics? So you've got to get them all to level 3 anyway. So if you have gone Warrior or Mage, I'd consider, and you do have some of the Ranger heroes, I'd consider pivoting over to Ranger because they're just so solid as a spec for this event. But yeah, then we're gonna break through into the Scarred Ruins. And these ones are where it starts getting a little bit more interesting because just the common battles are actually a lot tougher because you got 2 battles. And as you can see, I'm not severely over, you know what, we'll just go ahead and buy this one. Like, why not? Let's just do it. We'll eventually get the others. We'll take that, get a bit of extra damage. But yeah, these ones are going to be a bit tougher. So as you can see, I've used a bit of support there. I'm going to mix this up and try and make 2 different teams. Unfortunately, I'm missing a couple, like I'm missing Drez, I'm missing Kaz, so I'm missing out on faction bonuses for my Ranger teams. The only one I can make is a Lightbearer bonus, but let's go ahead and drop, how many we got there? Maybe we'll just put the Taline in. She increases this a little bit, gives us a faction bonus. Let's see, we kind of want to increase the damage on that Aziz. Let's begin this one. See how we go. As you can see, we get absolutely trained. Maybe I'm going to have to bring my better teams in. I'm probably going to have to bring the better teams in. Vert, can you do anything besides die? No. Okay. As you can see, starts getting a little bit interesting here. So I'm going to have to actually split it up and do my 2 main teams. So my 2 main teams when I'm going 2 real solid teams is going to be 1 team focused around Gwyneth and 1 team focused around Iron. They're just my best ones to use. So the Gwyneth, we go ahead and we'll use basically the Lightbearer core. So then we've got the Forks, we've got the, I don't like using Forks as much, but we will go ahead and do it. And then we've got the Thane as well. So this is a pretty solid lineup, except we've got the issue of that. So this should be okay. We've got the issue of the Iron dragging in, that's why I've put the Gwyneth up the top. Hopefully we get it with this one. I do like, you know what, screw it. Nah, because I need the bonus over there. I'd sometimes like putting the Leica in there just to get the Gwyneth firing faster. Let's see how this goes. Put it on 2x speed. Okay, so we banished the, yeah, so this is working well. Like I said, Gwyneth for this is just absolutely amazing. The arrows do so much damage. So as you can see, she's just an absolute savage. Okay, so that's my first one. And like I said, it starts getting a little bit harder down here. Continue attacking, second battle. Unfortunately, I should have looked at this before I made my team decisions because now I'm going in with my Wilders team. But you know, we'll see what we can make happen. Who else can I bring? And once again, not having the 3 Maulers or the 3 Wilders really hurts me on the faction bonus. But maybe I will go ahead and just bring the Taline in on this one. Let's find out. Let's find out. Hopefully it can work. The fears, the Entendre is going to be annoying. And there we go. Got it. Nice. Happy days. Moving on. So now it's just all about getting further, expanding, filling out these title requirements, and then let's get some more goodies because I mean, the goodies have been sold. Like some people say that the rewards in this event are bad. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Actually, speaking of that, let's go ahead. Let's do 20. Let's do 20. We got the scrolls. Let's do it. Rip. Rip. Massive rip. Okay, let's go back. Please give us a purple. Please. Yes. What do we got? First Stitchy on this account. Okay, nice. I definitely want to build him on this one, so I'm happy with that. Who knows, I may even get some use out of him at Elite. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully that strategy helps out you guys a little bit. Just don't go dumping your energy into that Solise boss if you're not going to be able to do anything with it. So that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.